Bless up, baby, our family and viewers. Welcome back to another live video. It's your girl, Anissa Belrose, coming to you with a brand new video where we're seeing the Minister of Local Government, Desmond Mckenzie, stating that the government has no intention to enforce Portmore parish law before boundary changes, but yet still they went ahead and they passed it in both houses. So make that make sense. As well as Chris Tufton weighs in on the whole Cuban doctors, return amongst the truth. So behind the lies, I've come to bring to you the truth. Now, as I come up on the live, ABR family, please to like and share out the live. No time for jokes, no time for gimmicks, no time for lies. We're coming with the truth every single time. And for the last video, the first person who commented, so I have to give a notification, shout out to Norman. Big up yourself, Norman. And I'm bigging up Jida, Chelsea Clinton, Anthony, big up yourself every time. Thanks for the continued support. All the silent watchers, big up on yourself. So, we know this whole long-standing chaos with the whole meddling with parish boundaries. What we know it to be as gerrymandering, where they are, meddling with meddling with boundaries, for political gains. And we are in the year for this general election. And it's been speculated. I've gotten a few calls to say that they have started training. Anybody can confirm that for me in the chat, that the EOJ has actually started training or in the process of starting training, and that it's alleged that the general election will be in this summer, in July. So let us stay tuned. I don't know what they're waiting on to call the election, but as I stated before, the people are ready. And so we seen sometime last month in February where they passed the bill drafted by this local minister to change up and have Portmore into this parish. And the people them have been talking to saying that the EOJ has sent them 2 letters to which they ignore, and the only person who can basically cut boundaries legally is the EOJ, and they were not, forthcoming and responding to the EOJ. The people of Portmore have been left out. I have done myriads of videos on it. And the people them come out protest, the opposition saying that they are not supporting it, and they went ahead with their majority nevertheless, and they passed it. To which the opposition, right before Mark Golding's budget debate presentation, he let us know in that debate that the previous day that they had filed to have it stopped. And I believe in last week we found out that the court had blocked the whole Portmore parish law. We see the whole chaos that ensued at a meeting in Portmore, to which the MP brought persons that don't even live in Portmore to come and cause problems and chaos. And the people wasn't having it any at all. And so we're going to roll back some of them tape here before we make you hear what Desmond Mckenzie come and talk about. Because we want to know where the lies. But we're going to take it as far back as to what a former cabinet minister on the government side, Everall Warmington, stated.
And for Southwest to St. Catherine, Everett Warmington says, with the coming boundary shift in Portmore St. Catherine, the Jamaica Labour Party will create a stronghold in the division. Mr. Warmington, who was addressing party faithfuls at the St. Catherine East Central Joint Divisional and Constituency Conference on Sunday, said the People's National Party will no longer be competition in the Portmore Division once the capital is declared a parish. He said with the candidate selections and the boundary changes, he is confident that the JLP can establish a stronghold in the East Central St. Catherine Division.
The most difficult of this year was Portmore Prime. However, it is much easier now. I've been fighting before 2011, when we had a last boundary change that Portmore should not have just punished down. And today I'm happy to say that we have the bound that we wanted all of. For real, let's spend Lancashire Grove, Reasoning on that side will no longer be Portmore. So the whole of them people on the left, then none of them is doing it. And we will be able to make a decision in war. I can say further, when we take Portmore off the St. Catherine, it has the same value in the past. We have 41 seats or 42 seats. Over this 42, you have 12 in Portmore. We want 2, they want 10. Yet the one St. Catherine Parish Council, they want seat. 1 seat is what they get 10 from Portmore. Now, give them the money to 10. Leave us alone over here. And it means that under no circumstances will we can ever bring St. Catherine Parish Council again.
Y'all heard what he said. Under no circumstances the People's National Party will ever win in Portmore. So we never needed anything more. The MP said it himself, and this was said at a campaign for the Jamaica Labour Party.
Your property in Portmore, and then you are not in Portmore anymore. You are somewhere else. If you want to turn Portmore into a parish, we don't have a problem with it. But you can't do it like that. We live in a democracy, and a few of you in Parliament can't just come together and decide to ram things down the people's throat like that. If you want to turn Portmore into a parish, it should put to the people and let the people decide what they are going to do. Right now, the government is on a roll. It can't go like that. The people have no say. They say they cancel. People in Portmore, nobody is any consultant. Nobody no consult anybody over there. They just ram it down your throat for their political purpose. The people need to have a say. It must be taken to the people. Don't tell me about 2020 election, because you're going to talk about the 2020 election. You have to talk about the parish council election that takes place in February. Roll back. It must roll back, and if it don't roll back, they're going to the railroad block. Jamaica is going to lock down, because see when you do this to Portmore, you will be able to do it to everywhere else. It can't work like that. It can't work. Roll it back, take it back, or else.
I challenge the JLP to put on the table, and I've been asking them, tell me one benefit that will come to Portmore as a result of it being tagged or labeled as a parish.
I like that Terry Long will stay on as the central MP.
That's only, okay. You're a smart man.
I'm telling you what Labourites tell them, I forget the seat because Terry Long is behind by 1,500 votes. So cutting off
Lakespen and
Lime Tree, Terry Long will win by at least 200 to 300 votes. So they have to bring it down to a total narrow seat. But if we make it stay on Raymond Price, we win him by about 1,600 votes, and they cannot make that happen.
And that's what they're trying to resist.
I tell the Labourites tell me. The Labourites tell me that is the only reason why they're doing it.
As I said, it's a power grab. It's a power grab, a desperate one. But we can't sacrifice our democracy to satisfy the whims and fancy of any individuals or political party. We have come from too far to give up on what we have been trying to build in this country. And if we sit back and allow this to go, austerity won't judge us very fairly.
You can't tell the Prime Minister that he says that he's doing exceptionally great as a leader of this country. And under his watch, the development and the economy is fiscally fit. And
the people will be proud of that.
But after last year when Warmington make him statement from this so me never need no Labourite come out again and say Terry Long they behind in them internal polls. That's why them are concrete it now. When Warmington they don't tell we already from day one. Big up yourself, Sis Pat W. Members Angela Ivan Wallis, big up on yourself. Barbara Finlay. GG, big up yourself. Donna Whitaker, big up on yourself.
And you feel now, like Nicodemus, where you want to steal our democratic right to choose a leader from our own. You should have been replicating Mr. Holness, the directly elected mayor across the length and breadth of this country, giving the people a chance to elect their leaders. And what have you done, Mr. Holness? Like Nicodemus, you're snatching away, railroading our democracy in Portmore. We will not stand for it. We will not stand for it. We will not stand for it. Just as well, in February 2016, you promised that within 100 days, you'd have set election date. 9 years, 4 days after, we're not going to be waiting for that in Portmore to get a hospital, to get a local board of health, to get an examination depot, to get a board, to get a electoral, right, and to get all the amenities that you keep on promising. Political gerrymandering must stop. The people of Portmore are too intelligent. We're too intelligent to be hoodwinked by you, Mr. Holness, and your administration. And for us to be brutally frank, not even the people on your side of the fence all came out to give this injustice to Portmore. Only a few came out because they know the truth that what they're doing is not right. We are tired. I'm using this forum to ventilate for the people of Portmore because guess what? We see that you're using the security forces as your personal whims and fancies when people are trying to suppress freedom of free speech. And today, let history record the 13th of February that we're standing up for justice. We're standing up for what is right, Mr. Holness. Mr. Holness, I am sure where you live in close proximity.
You notice me now waste no time, family. Me just roll out the videos them so you catch up on what did I go on from before. Big up Michael. Big respect to Dwight Gray every time.
We abhor the emasculation of the central role of the Electoral Commission of Jamaica in setting constituency and divisional boundaries so that the government of the day cannot do precisely what this government is intent on doing here.
The parish boundary for Portmore will run through East Central St. Catherine and run through South St. Catherine, excluding from the parish of Portmore several communities that are now part of those constituencies. Those communities will be politically marooned, no longer represented by their current elected MPs, but not represented by any other MPs either. So clearly, a major realignment of constituency boundaries will be required. That is the effect of this legislation. And Mr. Speaker, for this sensitive process to be preempted by the JLP government pushing through this bill for political advantage is a backward and retrograde step. And we strongly object to it, and we will not support it.
Understand this. Other persons will make the argument about why Portmore is not in the state yet to become a parish. What are the amenities that it needs to become a parish? But I want to make just a simple point here. If I was told that this bill in its current form is unconstitutional, I would ask why. And I was told that it is because currently, if you proceed like that, you're going to have a constituency that goes across parish boundary, and that is not allowed. All they have to do, if it is really Portmore that they are looking out for, is to present the municipality of Portmore as the parish of Portmore, because then you wouldn't have any constituency boundary that is crossing any parish, because the three constituency in Portmore now would become the parish of Portmore. The reason it is unconstitutional is because the draw line through section of 6 and through section of territorial constituency. And warnings and told us what they were doing. They were cutting off the PNP and them to put over their knees, because they said their knees are going anywhere.
So much people can't tell lie. But this very same minister stood in our parliament trying to convince us that it has nothing to do with political gains. And as I stated, the Supreme Court blocked Portmore parish law from taking effect. I believe this was last week or a little over a week ago. And now, in an article via the Gleaner, the government coming out again to say that they have no intention to enforce Portmore parish law before boundary changes. I remember saying them didn't mark out the boundaries, you know. They didn't give the EOJ a chance. And the EOJ is the one that is legal to cut the boundaries. 2 letters written to them and they did not respond. They filed a document at the Supreme Court ahead of the hearing before Chief Justice Brian Sykes. And there was an injunction that I stated before that blocked the whole proceedings. And the People's National Party never did a play with them. Mark Golin told us that they would have taken it to the courts if needs be, and that they did. So I don't know what Desmond Mckenzie coming out again to lie to us, telling us that the government has no intention of enforcing Portmore parish law. And because them see the people, them run out the people, them took a stance, and as I stated, unity is strength. And we cannot let this government have their way in doing as they please. This move that they made unconstitutional. They're cutting boundaries on their own, which should not be. They're excluding the residents of Portmore, that should not be. And Portmore does not have the amenities that will fit that parish status. Other stakeholders have chimed in and said that Portmore not ready yet to be a parish. Nikisha Elvis says Desmond Trump. Desmond Trump. But he's still sticking to that they don't. They see that they could not have done it because the people, the Portmore people, them not play with them. And if we don't stand up for anything, we'll fall for anything. If we don't stand up for something, we'll fall for anything. And we can't make this a government constantly. As Nathan stated, I believe last week, if them could have break the constitution daily, them would have do it. They have done it over and over and over and over again. Big up yourself, Celine. And we cannot allow this any at all. And so, good move, at least we're seeing it right here, so that the system working to some extent. To some of us, it's not working any at all. Only just for the elites. But in this case, I'm saying that the system is working to some extent. Now, on the matter of the whole Cuban doctors being sent back to Cuba, I've seen a few persons crying out who residents of Jamaica who supposed to get their eyes fixed. Whether it be cataract scraped from their eyes, assistance from the Cuban doctors as it pertains to eye care and treatment. And right now, they must say them hate this year JLP government here, because one lady in particular say she not gonna get her surgery done. And we've seen where from in the 1970s we have been getting the Cuban doctors and nurses in Jamaica, and we've seen them running out now talking about expired memorandum of understanding. So why over all those years memorandum of understanding did have to be an issue under this current government, under this Andrew Holness government, when the Cubans have been coming here for so many years? And that was never the issue. We even heard the very same Minister of Health, Chris Tufton, stating that it would be a problem, it's going to cause problems to the health sector. Because if the Americas put out a level 3 travel advisory in 3 consecutive years as it pertains to travel to Jamaica, and 3 factors, them list out why they gave Jamaica that level 3 travel advisory. The whole crime and violence, the healthcare sector, and other factors. And so I don't see if we lose the Cuban doctors right now. No level 4 it a go? Talk to me, ABR family. Drop phone 2 cents in the comment section before we open the phone lines. Because if currently right now, the healthcare system run right down to nothingness. You're going into a public facility and there's not enough staff, understaff. There's not enough resources to work with. Sometimes the very same patients them get flustered with nurses and doctors when the nurses and doctors are doing their absolute best. I too was in the system, telling you this over and over. And whole heap of times I had to be improvising just so that we can please with patients. Right? And so when they're coming to tell us about expired memorandum of understanding, that does not sit well with me. When we know that it's because of the America's president right now and the whole visa restriction and losing American visa, when we're seeing where other CARICOM bodies, if anything, shouldn't Jamaica stand with the CARICOM? Mia Mottley, the Prime Minister of Barbados. And when I tell you I have ultimate respect for that lady, big respect for that lady. Ralph Gonsalves. Other Prime Minister, the Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister, and others of the whole CARICOM body, they took a stance and them say right now, them have said them residents, they're saying health over visa. They're standing up for the citizens of their country. And say, look here, America can take them visa. But we are taking a stance because of the residents and the citizens of our country. And up to today, we see in the U.S. State Secretary go to Jamaica, and we're still not hearing anything from this government. We're still not hearing what are their stance on the whole Cuban doctors being sent back. I'm hearing that 1/3 of the 400 that's in Jamaica right now are on their way back to Cuba. Let me see if I can find the information right here. And this is what Christopherson is saying. Health and Wellness Minister Christopherson says the Cuban doctors currently departing the island are not casualties of the United States visa restriction policy related to Cuba's labor export program. And this is dated on 27th of March. That's just yesterday. But I am going to play a video where he spoke out at the financial committee back in Parliament in February. I want to hear what him say in February compared to what he's saying now. Give me a minute, let me send the file over. Because I cannot believe that is the same man we say, yeah, come back and say nay. Two mouth this. Now you can't make this up. Hear what he said back in February.
Lives depend on it. That was Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton's candid response to concerns over the possibility of Cuban medical professionals being sent home. Dr. Tufton admitted at Parliament's Standing Finance Committee on Thursday that the impact would be felt significantly.
This is something that we would prefer not to have, as you know, because lives depend on it. The Cuban eye care program, for example, at St. Joseph's, they do almost 20 surgeries a day, and thousands of Jamaicans benefit from the program. So it would be a challenge. It would be a challenge.
This widening of the restrictions has raised concerns across CARICOM, particularly in countries that rely on Cuban medical professionals to supplement their healthcare systems. According to Dr. Tufton, over 400 such professionals supplement Jamaica's medical staff.
If we assume the worst, which is what you're suggesting, it would have a significant impact on our health system in that we have close to 400 Cuban healthcare workers in our public health system, primarily nurses and primarily specialist nurses, so those working in the very specialized areas, which is where the greatest shortage exists. And it would mean that those services would be impacted. So the consequences of a suspension or termination of those arrangements would mean maybe some suspension or at best rearranging of some of those services as to where they could be accessed.
Dr. Tufton says the government through the Foreign Affairs Ministry is attempting to come to a compromise through negotiations with Cuba and the United States.
The conversations that are taking place now are attempting to firstly understand the problem a little more and to see to what extent we can work around it with our bilateral partner, both Cuba and by extension the US.
Both Cuba and by extension the US. When you hear that for yourself, this is what he said in February. So how now he's coming now to say that because of memorandum of understanding expiring, why those have to go? So what's gonna happen now to our health sector? It's already gone to the dogs, and we're losing the Cubans now. They're sending a good amount of them back. And yet still we can't hear what's the plan of this government between himself and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Still not clear on what their motives are. They have not come out and spoken to the Jamaican people. And so, over decades of the Cubans being in Jamaica, in specialist area, I've worked with a few of them, and when I tell you that they can work, believe me when I tell you that they can work. And if them couldn't work, I don't think that they would have been in the country for so many decades. So, him argument now have no merit. I mean, I'm going to hear what him say again. This was last month, February.
Lives depend on it. That was Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton's candid response to concerns over the possibility of Cuban medical professionals being sent home. Dr. Tufton admitted at Parliament's Standing Finance Committee on Thursday that the impact would be felt significantly.
This is something that we would prefer not to have, as you know, because lives depend on it. The Cuban eye care program, for example, at St. Joseph's, they do almost 20 surgeries a day, and thousands of Jamaicans benefit from the program. So it would be a challenge. It would be a challenge.
This widening of the restrictions has raised concerns across CARICOM, particularly in countries that rely on Cuban medical professionals to supplement their healthcare systems. According to Dr. Tufton, over 400 such professionals supplement Jamaica's medical staff.
If we assume the worst, which is what you're suggesting, it would have a significant impact on our health system in that we have close to 400 Cuban healthcare workers in our public health system, primarily nurses and primarily specialist nurses, so those working in the very specialized areas, which is where the greatest shortage exists. And it would mean that those services would be impacted. So the consequences of a suspension or termination of those arrangements would mean maybe some suspension or at best rearranging of some of those services as to where they could be accessed.
Dr. Tufton says the government through the Foreign Affairs Ministry is attempting to come to a compromise through negotiations with Cuba and the United States.
The conversations that are taking place now are attempting to firstly understand the problem a little more and to see to what extent we can work around it with our bilateral partner, both Cuba and by extension the US.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's wrong with the audio, but it's playing well on my end. Give me a minute. Let me see if I can fix it. I'm not sure what is causing the trembling on it. I'm not sure if it's because I edited the video. But besides that, big up yourself, Splash DJ. Sharon Robinson, big up yourself. Nareen. Victor says, who benefits from the spend in Jamaica by the diaspora? The country is not poor. It just mismanaged. And I totally agree with what you stated. Money is there. This government collects more money than any other government in the history of Jamaica. And so, yes, I agree with you that money is in the country. And it has to do with mismanagement. Remember that the health sector alone is cannot account for some $685 billion, you know. So money is there. Am I still echoing? And everybody hearing me clear? Not sure where I'm going with the device. Somebody drop a comment in the chat. Let me know if you're hearing me clear. Okay. So, anybody wants to chime in? I pinned the number at the top of the screen right there. Y'all can call the WhatsApp. Let me know what you think about Jamaica not really coming out boldly to say, just like our Ralph would have come out, just like our Mia Matley would have come out, or Rowley would have come out, and others, a part of the CARICOM body, other prime ministers in the Caribbean coming out and letting us know that they're standing with Cuba, they're keeping Cuba, just like back in the time of Michael Manley where he stood up and he stood with Cuba. We're not seeing this forthcoming from this government. And right now this makes them look weak. Very weak. Because is it that they cannot stand up to let the Americans know, say, them as a Cuba, or they want to keep the Cuba, there's no form of trafficking and whatsoever that they're implying. We need a bold response and a bold answer from this government, and that is not forthcoming. And that is why we have to constantly be on these topics, so that the people them can understand that sometimes silent mean consent. Because if you can't come out as a leader of the country and take a stance like other prime ministers in the CARICOM body, that means that you're weak. You're weak to America. Wow, you feel like, say, the aids are going to cut off? The aid them will not get in the country are going to cut off? Then what about the citizens? Then if UNO as a leader can't stand up for the citizens of the country? When the Cuban doctors and nurses go back to Cuba, what's going to happen? Are they planning to send our residents to Cuba to get the service? This is really, really troubling. Big up Jerry Sadler. Lenworth, big up yourself. So you say Anjo is doing what Siaga did in the 1980s. It would appear that way, yes. Can't make a bold move. Bowing down to the Americas.
Hello?
Yeah, blessings to Carla. You're live on the ABR
Yes,
show.
man.
How you doing?
Yes, a blessing to you, your listeners, them man.
Yeah.
This government, them don't have no balls,
Mm-hmm.
and them just strong on it. And when I was listening the thing with the Prime Minister and Rubio, I realized the Prime Minister was like trembling in his boot.
Mm-hmm.
You
Tremble.
understand me? Yes, yes. Then them sell out the Jamaican people. Them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand me?
Yeah.
Them don't stand for the Jamaican people. And the Jamaican people should take this and mark it for know that this government is not for them.
Mm-hmm.
You understand me? The government prefer them visa
Over the
more than
citizens.
over the citizen health. Look what's going on in the health sector. Look what's going on in the hospital.
Yeah.
People are dropped like fly, and yet still the man, and them should be the first one come out and say, yeah, what? I'm willing to give up my visa for. I would give up my visa to come home and take care of my country.
Mm-hmm.
I would give up my visa. I would fight for my country.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I even give up my visa to come home and take care of those people in the hospital, I would do it. So these government people, then don't love Jamaican people. Then it's all about the money and them visa, and when they're ready for runway.
Mm-hmm.
That them one. You understand me? And them a laugh after the people them at the House of Parliament.
Yeah.
And Jamaica people don't see all those things. You understand me?
I'll call alone, some of them say.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you me willing to live back in Jamaica? Me willing to live back in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
Me willing to not go nowhere else. Just stay in Jamaica.
And I will heap with Jamaicans them in the diaspora say the same thing.
Of course, what
Yeah.
about the Jamaicans, the people them who cannot fly, cannot go to another country?
Yeah.
You understand? Them have to stay there, so what if them stay there?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. How long it gonna take? Just stick it out for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is my take on it. You understand me? What these politicians, them are, we're not even want to cuss them certain word, you know. But them wicked to the people, them, man.
Wicked.
You understand me? Remember, some of those people are born specialists, and them look about people. Him see him wanna talk about the people, them like 20 passenger per patient per day, them do scrape them eye. And the people them can't see. The elderly them, what the elderly them are gonna do now?
Yeah. So true.
Yes, but me in class are listening, man. You understand me? So
All right, then thank you so much for calling.
Yes, man. All right.
And enough of the elderly them in our country appreciate the whole initiative from the Cuban doctors, you know. My grandmother has a success story. They scraped her eye, the cataract off her, and right now she's so grateful. She has it clearer than before. Clearer than before. And I see him place in a Jamaica. Gone are the days, or back then, I believe few years are back. They usually send some of them over to Cuba. And so not coming out boldly to say that we are stand with the citizens them and we are keep the Cubans them. A mixed signal them a give away. Mixed signals. Anybody else want to chime in and tell me what you think on these two matters that was raised in this live video? Because I want to hear phone take on it. I want some live feedback from this. Let me hear what I say, ABR family. Don't be afraid to call in and share an opinion. The number is pinned at the top of the chat. It's 954-288-6467. WhatsApp only. Leroy is saying that our Labourites him here praising the Cuban eye doctors. Them have to admit it, even though sometimes, you know, some of them are just color alone them see, you know. Them not see nothing else but color. And so, we have some well-thinking Labourites, nevertheless, and they will come out and stand up and take a stand and talk the truth. But majority of them, So what is due unto Caesar, they must give it. Even though we see the leaders, them are going like them that want to give accolades to the People's National Party. We set the foundation for many of these policies and initiatives. They behave and they pretend as if them do it. Big up yourself, Dave Wedderburn. Lorna Brooks, big up yourself every time. Feel free to chime in, ABR family, and tell me what you think. I need some live call-in, some live interaction on these matter. We're talking about the local government minister saying that they have no intention in pushing for Portmore to be a parish right now. Only because them know say it unconstitutional and they see that they're getting a lot of pushback. Because we know say a gerrymandering a political gain why them did a cut the boundaries themselves and excluding the people and excluding EOJ. As well as this whole, some of the Cuban doctors, going back to Cuba and the Minister of Health stating that those who are going back is because their contracts have ended. And all along we never hear them going back and they have been in the country for decades upon decades. Big up yourself, Maxine Cummins. Also, may I move along a little bit? Okay, I'm getting another call. Bless up yourself, my brother. You live on the ABR show. How you doing?
Good, man, but not so good,
Yeah.
When I listen to them, I mean, if lie was ever a person or a thing,
Them.
GLP.
Mighty
Jesus
God.
Christ, God. What is wrong with these? Them say desperate man catch at a straw, But them beyond desperate because you know what them problem with them face now, especially with this Portmore issue. Them never get so much resistance in any time recently.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
A lot of resistance. People start wake up and and they thought it would have been another 9-day wonder where them can just say what they must say and then go back in a parliament and bother pull them one. But that is no longer the case. People come fully now.
True.
And I think the opposition is slowly coming out of our shell. Would I like some more activities in terms of social media space, more resistance. But you know what? I think the party is doing the right thing by keeping them head down on the ground, touching base with the people one-on-one. Because in a real life, ADR, it's not a lot of people have the time and resource for dip on social media, for see these things what we do,
True.
You get me?
Yeah.
So when the masses are like in a survival mode and the woman, them have limited we call it service from limited data, them not really use it for do these things, them use it for do other things that is more important to them. So the message is going across but not effective, not fast enough. So but slowly I go and people slowly wake up.
People are wake up, man. And that's why we beg the viewers them to like and share out the videos them.
Listen,
that is very important.
Listen, I jump from me go be there on everybody platform. Me support every blogger where I say the right thing. And me not stop push and shout and me encourage my people them yard and abroad. Me say, listen man,
True.
tell a next person because this election is the most important election in our history. This one.
That
because
is it.
If we stay on this trajectory, that's it. If this brother going back by a 2-0, that is it.
By a toenail. Mighty
If
God.
you go in by
It
a
is that
toenail,
serious.
that is it. No joke. Listen.
True.
You see even Tufton with this nonsense about them Cubans here go on. It is not a part as a result. They are not casualties. Them are more than casualties. Yeah? You want to tell me, say, what could be so important
Yeah.
over the health of Jamaicans? We have a broken health system. What could be more important than having qualified specialists who help the country?
True.
Yeah? Stand up and fight for yourself. You don't care about what the Cuban government is doing. You are holding your end of the bargain.
For your people, them.
Yes, you are pay the Cubans what them ask you for. So it is the onus is on the Cuban government to do the right by their people.
True.
So don't make Uncle Sam come tell you say you're part of the problem. Oh, you should be part of the problem when you hold up your end of the bargain.
True.
Yeah? And you're going to tell me, how coincidental it is that so many of them are going back right after this discussion. Yeah? Oh, look, so we are idiot to say, boy, nothing no go so. No, man, this is beyond it right now. Me no know. And you see them people we say them are straight Labourite. I wonder if them understand how this is going to affect them.
Affect all, yeah. Them feel like say a PNP alone it will affect.
Thank you. When them feel say PNP alone was sick and got doctor a while.
Yeah.
This is stupid, man. People need to. Me not say Jamaicans to get up and go burn down the place and cast.
No, we not say that. No time at all.
We don't need that. We evolve past that. But we do know what when voices are united, when people come together and stand together, we know the power of that.
True.
So all Jamaicans have to do are come out and protest. Yes, let us evolve from rioting to peaceful protest.
That is it, yeah.
This need to happen, man, because I think that external powers would help, like other countries would help. But how them are going to come help when the people of Jamaica now help themselves? You get what I say?
Yeah.
Nobody now, I just bloggers, I just people, and most of the bloggers will do this in Jamaica because it seems like if you're a blogger and you're in Jamaica and you say something, you talk too loud, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'll get sanctioned one way or another. But this we have to get up and stand up on this, man. We can't put these things down. There are too many things happening in Jamaica by this government that is so wrong. I want to tell you, it come like every week something new, so we can't even keep up with what has been happening. Listen, them rap sheet not little bit,
Long, like one ticket when we see the one police arrived.
Thank you. I just the other day there was an argument over the theft of people's land via Desmond, Mckenzie and Andrew Holness. Just the other day. Then the water situation come up. Just roll back in time and see how many things happening in the last 2 months.
My God.
Even to go back to last year that are casualties to the Jamaica Labour Party. Yeah? All of a sudden now, or the SSL arguments start like it come off of the map. So we need to keep it on the front.
It nah come off because right now me hear say the SSL building right now coming Monday allegedly. I want different company. I go start one different set of money story there, so
Well, listen, as far as I am concerned, that building not get entangled and nothing else until what has happened get cleared up.
Exactly. But we see where I go on.
You know what I mean? This, me no know. Honestly, me no know. Me just can't wait for this brother to call it, Me can't wait for him call it. And I would be so disappointed if Jamaicans put him back.
Mighty God.
I'd be so... Listen, them are work hard, Bike and house and zinc and you name it. Everything an issue, And I'm saying... All
soup, me say I give away.
I say everything the people give away.
A serious business.
I mean, I know how serious... I really don't know how serious Jamaicans are take this, Because we
them have to take it serious,
Watch me now, Anna. Them have us Jamaicans, we have a little thing about And I'm not in that, man. I saw you go, everything. You can't change it. You know what I mean? You know that little style.
Yeah, man.
Them say, boy, this wrong. I say, boy, a long time that I go on there, me and you can't do nothing about it.
See it there?
I am so afraid of that mentality, and it is
It's
so
not good enough. Yeah.
It is
So a long time, so to a long time it a go on, it doesn't make it right.
Thank you. Thank you. We keep saying it, and even this rubbish of conversation where you get from the GLP and other supporters that talk about the 80s, the 90s. Me never want to hear about Porsche time because you get rid of Porsche and say you're not going to do the right thing.
Theo.
Given the opportunity, we don't even need to discuss what they did or they didn't do. Because you cut them off and say, you present yourself to me and say, me I the fix.
And
so
after 9 years.
Thank you. So now that you're not fixing, don't come tell me say Porsche did do this or she never do. I don't care.
Exactly.
We're talking about you right now. You get what I'm saying? We need to start do that. And until we start do them something and hold them man feet to the fire. Andrew name a do pan about that.
That me ask him yesterday.
How can we be going back to vote for the next 7 because we must say him one of them? How can we go back to like voting to put back the 7 people were in there? Knowing say them under scrutiny. No man, they don't have little integrity no man. Themselves step. And listen, this is my humble stupid opinion. You know, probably if from the get-go, the very first time this came out, if Andrew had the balls enough to come out and say, people, I am one of those persons under investigation, and there is some misunderstanding, and I'm working to prove myself correctly. If they just have little decency, Jamaicans would probably give him a little bit of sympathy, you know.
Maybe a
Some
ounce.
people would have probably.
But him not integrity.
Maybe, but because of what him do, him not realize that the more him do this, is the worse the outcome is gonna be for him. Yeah? And it just, well, I mean, you never know, yeah. And I mean, I guess my days are next time because I mean, just talk about it and it kind of ease the tension to talk about it. But the more I talk about it, and the more my brain I think about it, and the more I get so frustrated with this foolishness.
Understandable.
You know, it is unbelievable, man. And you want to tell me say people so stupid? You don't have to be educated to see that this is wrong.
Exactly.
You don't have to have a bachelor's degree. You don't even have to.
Common sense, man.
School.
Yeah.
I tell you, you're the street. You're in a street every day. You're supposed to know, say, this is a bullshit. This is a bullshit. Nobody have to tell you that. Eh?
That is it, true. Big up yourself, my brother.
Good works, you know.
Most definitely. All right, I will. Thank you. Common sense not common amongst some of our people, man. And I think I seen one of the troll them all the time commenting on my video saying that integrity win election. Cow and goat and this, but when Damien did that go on the goat. When you take the curry goat food instead, it's a plate of food when you take instead. So when we say them have come out and go and let them think so them can come pressure Mark Golding for Lego all and plans them, they make a sad mistake. They cannot pressure Mark Golding for come give them everything in their belly. When this government will hold the public purse. Have Gagard upon him government. Now right now this call will open up another can of worm. And this is what I've always been talking about. These are the points where we have constantly beat them with and hammer them with as a Wayne Lonesome would have said. We're not supposed to ease up off of them when it comes on to the whole Gagard and the other 7 illicit enrichers going forward on our ballot to be a part of our general election. We're not supposed to. And we're seeing them do some things, you know. We're seeing them do some things because the vote buying thing right now rampant amongst them. And I was sent this picture early this morning, ABR family. And it is said that this is what they're doing, changing out the chairs in the tax office up by St. Andrew there to green. Big up yourself, Beris White, which is Brew. All moderators that just joined the live, all other viewers just joining the live, big up on yourself. And they're trying to politicize everything at all costs. So then couldn't get some black chairs as regular at the tax office. I would love to know if it's the Jamaica Labour Party supporters alone paying taxes, why they have to get green chairs to put in our tax office. We've seen what they did to our tracks up by the stadium. And right now, it's said that some of the athletes are having problems running out of their lanes. So it look like, say, I know taxpayers overall money this a government has spend. Look like I feed them at the Jamaica Labour Party money them a spend. Cause I cannot understand. I cannot understand any at all. Why would I go so low if you take out the chairs them out of the tax office and to bringing in green chairs? And then to get our track painted or to do the tracks in green and yellow. And now the athletes, champs are going, you know. And the junior athletes, the school athletes, having problems. So them behave, it a show way. Say, I know, them not count taxpayers. Them not count the masses. Because to me, them behave as if Jamaica will out to them, and them behave as if are the people supposed to work for them and not them working for the people. Them behave as if them are the employer and not the employee. So ABR family, tell me what you think about this. Want to know if this sit well with Uno, that them a take out the chairs them. And instead of buying back some black chairs to put in the tax office, a green chair them are forward with. And we know so we're in a general election. So they can't come tell we say no, politics now have nothing to do with it. And that is the reason why when they do these things, we're saying that they should have never, at any point in time, we should have never even sit down and allow them to subsume the role of the political ombudsman into the whole ECJ. Because it nah work. Because the ECJ have other things to do with as it pertains to election. And the role of the political ombudsman, the referee role, gone silence, basically. Well, ABR family, the phone line's open right now. This is my 2 cents on this live for now. I want to hear from y'all. Let me know what you think about the whole track and how them a deal with the tax office. The number is pinned at the top of the screen. I'm trying not to go too far over the 1 hour mark. Because, you know, sometimes, you know, everybody have their, you know, little errands and whatever to do. And it's going to be too much to sit on a live 3-4 hours. I can't do it. So I want to hear from y'all. I'm going to open the phone lines for about 5 minutes. Let me hear what I say. Big up to the first 2 callers who called in. And big up to all others who just joined in the live. What says Uno about this picture that is on the screen right now? And while me at it, before anybody call in, remember that the EOJ will extend opening up until even this Saturday, and normally it no open on a Saturday. So You have to go out there and get on yourself enumerated. That's what I'm gonna be driving home every chance when I get. Whether it be on a live, whether it be on a regular video that I've recorded and edited and upload. That you have to go out there, get on families, get on friends, recruit families and friends to go out and get on yourself enumerated. Blessed day, my caller, you're live on the ABR show. How you doing?
Rastafari is God, man. That's how I'm doing. ABR,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. The devil never win it, you know.
No time at all.
Never wins.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hype up himself, you know.
Yeah.
And run, you know. I want to read before I reach the finish line, him drop, you know.
My God.
And always a knocking head because I have to turn back. So you see, all of them are going with.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Rastafari time, you know. Them, this party we claim say them a party. Them not playing no music.
Nah, play no music.
We have follow them. Nah.
Them lock up the dance.
We have follow. No, them never have no dance.
Them never.
No music to dance.
Yeah.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
And the people them we have follow them drunk. Them drunk with the blood of the people. So
My God.
The music I play, now play.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them who have this green thing, them dry inside.
Mm-mm.
Them have no sense, no cranium. So artificial green.
Artificial.
Artificial thing, them not no substance.
Mm.
So you see, jab them in the region, you know, the valley of the region, and every one of them, every one of we gotta watch, you know.
Most
They
definitely.
watch every single one of us, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So them can go on, you know, because everybody fight, like Bob said, they're fighting for power, but you know, not the power.
My God.
So they be bribing with their guns, spare parts, and money, trying to belittle our integrity. You understand me? So everything what them do, if you go check the tune called Ambush in the Night, you hear the lyrics them.
Yeah.
So you see all of these people, them are run Jamaica and hype up the Jamaica. Jamaica, that place, you know, see everything come out of Jamaica. In the world, fella.
True.
You see them? We are fighting a good fight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Jaja gonna burn the good fire. They must purge, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are going. Let me tell you something. Not touch Babsy Grange. So you look on Babsy Grange,
Yeah.
blood is all over Babsy Grange. Yet she's black.
Mm.
You understand me? The guilt load our face. A time for some of them let go. And if the Jamaican people really take notice of all of these people, them could have really realized that these people have no intention of elevating not even the school youth. Not even the school youth. Them not have no intention of elevating. You see, you touched upon the track earlier.
Yeah.
Why? Look how long the track has been there. Just have the track in a regular thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know the red. Let it be in the red. That means everyone can understand it. Why you have to put it in the Jamaican flag?
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody know, say, Jamaican flag, a black,
Green and gold.
and
Mm-hmm.
gold. If you
Yeah.
don't have to put the track into that,
Mm-hmm.
then you touch the tax office a while ago. Why the chain them have to be green?
Mm-hmm.
A stoplight?
That's the
A stoplight?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder, you know what I mean? Because some of these people are acting like them up to know good and the people can. You see, a real winner exercise on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom by the right. When you're a loser, you try to cheat any way you can.
True.
I said go. It was by the Portmore boundary. You are come gerrymandering or terror long-tongue mandering or whatever they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
All because you want to be in control. But what can you control? You can't control your own self because your ego is ahead of you. You have to just humble and make the thing run right. You still are going to lose because Satan never win.
True.
Every other world to know that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody are going and over one man in control. One single man.
That them for know.
And it's Rastafari. You can't, there's no other control. You only have a time. When time expires, everything turns to naught. So keep on listening to Jamaica.
with America come visit and dictate. And all of this and all of that. Michael Manley say, me tell America, say, me willing to go to the world on my feet and not my knees. Whoever move to the devil already confiscated them soul already. And Jamaica, not Jamaica, the people in Jamaica don't realize. We are blessed, that's why God make us expand with.
True.
That's why we flag so distinct. And that is the reason why what we do so great, because we already anoint the island and he anoint the people in the island. So we have double anointment and spring from under there. Everything we create is great. So all these politicians, which I call reptilians, they must be careful and be aware. Because a lightning, when that strike, tell everybody who in a parliament say, you can't stop that. You can't never stop that. Because you think so you're in control. You can't even know what a pattern go at. You know, see it. So tell them to humble themselves, man. The island where them find them. Everybody a run come to Jamaica now to come dictate about them people who claim say them are whatever. Them are secretary of what?
State.
If you're a secretary of state, you don't go on a young one state, go be secretary there.
Yeah.
Why you have to come to Jamaica, come dictate who Jamaica to run?
Yeah.
You see, the people are not really understanding how you are.
True.
Why you want to come to Jamaica, come dictate? How long you want to come get out Chinese? Jamaica in the first place should not have done that. Like Jamaica, these politicians.
Really?
Bring them in for help. But this I want to know. Mechanical money and set himself right and commit all kind of fraud and the people them like, oh, you can't do nothing wrong. I do good. This man in go here, my brother got talk about him I do good. Me say I won't fool him. I take him on see. Me say my youth, you only have see the surface. You don't see the depth. And I'm the biggest brother I know.
Yeah.
Me say you don't see the depth, man. Me don't want to hear nothing about them inside dry, outside green people.
Yeah.
Me don't want to hear nothing. I'm just done the argument. Me I tell Jamaica, say, listen to me. If the orange ripe, just go and juice it, yeah?
All right, then.
Just go and juice the tree. Rastafari, love you, yeah?
Big up yourself, Rasta. Big up yourself, Rasta. Respect. Every time.
It's not just Christ, you know? True.
Big up. When you hear what Rasta say, if the orange is ripe, just go and juice it. We don't want the green dry up people and we not use them head. We only have to do this for one little box food and them not think about the future and them not think about our children and our grandchildren them to come. It's just a belly full. A time for we get away from that now. And for right now, for me, the orange ripe, you know, so we are going to juice it. What says uno ABR family? Anybody else want to chime in? Big up yourself, Healthy Eats with Carol, Sharon Bernard, Ivan Riley. Department. Big up on yourself, everybody will just join the live. About to sign off right now. In the meantime, you can feel free to bless up the super chat. Super thanks if it laid upon your heart. But we're taking out this live right now with Mr. Willie. Mr. Willie, I carry the swing, you know. I want to see everybody drop a dancing emoji in the live chat when that tune you drop.
You're not going to fast from it. You think you have put in the back in the office? You don't think we are not listen to this. Alright, yes, we have to vote them out, cause them not see we when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and we are tell them properly. Look how the whole of them are hungry, we listen. Vote them out, cause them not see we when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and we are tell them.
Pull up. Remember, you know, all fruits ripe. And if the orange is ripe, we are going to juice it. And Mark Golden will say, time come.
You're not going to fast from it. You think you have put in the back in the office? You don't think we are novice? We don't listen to this. Alright, yes, we have to vote them out, cause them not see we when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and we are tell them properly. Look how the whole of them are hungry. We say, vote them out, and them not kill we when we hungry. Vote them out, and from Kingston to country. Vote them out, and we are tell them properly. Oh, and the whole of them are hungry. Argument done, time has come. And to back up your things and run. Mark history and come. We run the kingdom. Cause and to your time is done. So we put on in a happy 9 whole year. Just don't eat it, just like you not here. And every day more money doesn't disappear. That's why we have a vote you out of the year. Vote them out and them not kill me when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and you be tell them properly. Oh, what you will have them a hunt.
No man, ABR family. Mr. Willie find it. When you go find Mr. Willie over TikTok, you know, and support the movement, you know. He's one of them where say I'm a true manly heights, but him the dep on the fence. And Mark Golding prove himself to Mr. Willie, so I want to see if the rest of people them are going to still come say them dep on the fence. Big tune. Time come. 1 PNP.
Well, I'm not going to fast promise. You think you can put it back in the office? You don't think we are novice? You don't listen to this? Alright, yes, we have to vote them out, cause them not kill we when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and we are tell them properly. Look how the whole of them are hungry. We say, vote them out, cause them not kill we when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and we are tell them properly. Oh, what the whole of them are hungry. Argument done, time has come. And to back up your things and run. Mark history and come. We run the kingdom. Cause and to your time is done. So we put on in a happy 9 whole year. Just don't eat it, just like you not here. And every day more money doesn't disappear. That's why we have a vote you out of the year. Vote them out and them not kill me when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and you be tell them properly. Oh, but you will have them a hungry. Yes, we have a vote them out. And them not kill me when we hungry. Vote them out and from Kingston to country. Vote them out and we are tell them properly. Oh, but you will have.
Alright, ABR family. This is it for the live show. Stay tuned at all times for more videos and update. Remember, say on if you be safe on the road. Go out tomorrow. All those who can go out and get on yourself on the voters list. Happy Friday. Big up on yourself. Everybody will celebrate a birthday today. Happy birthday. Much love. Big up on yourself, everybody.